Weekend Roundup. That's right. It's time for us to look at everything going on here in the Tennessee Valley. I mean, if you don't know what's going on, how can you plan your weekend, right? You know, we always start off the Weekend Roundup talking about music. Well, something a little extra special is going on this weekend. JJ's Bohemia over off of MLK Boulevard is turning 9 years old. They're going to be having their 9th anniversary party with a whole bunch of different music acts, including the Dead Deads, So Crow, and the Stoop Kids on Friday. And let's see, Pujo, Behold the Brave, and Canopy on Saturday. That's going to be 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday both. And of course, JJ's Bohemia over there at 233 East MLK. You know, when he first built that place over there, there wasn't a whole lot going on over there. Now that is just a big old music hub. Lots of different clubs and things going on over there. And this is the one that kind of got it all started. In fact, he said in the last decade, the Tiny Room has hosted the full gamut of acts, from local artists and comedians to nationally known acts like Kirk Vile and Deer Hunter and just all sorts of groups. So if you want to go over and help JJ's Bohemia celebrate their 9th anniversary, Friday and Saturday, and see some good acts over there. And of course, if that's not exactly your style of music, you can always go for the Brahms groundbreaking Requiem at the CSO's Masterpiece Works concert that's going on tonight. In fact, it'll be starting at 7:30 tonight at the Tivoli. Admission is $37 to $83. Woo-wee. But that is some good music. You know, we're going to be having our CSO conductor, Kayoko Dan, directing the orchestra as they do just a whole all Brahms concert. So they're again kind of going from one style of music to a totally different. That's the thing about Chattanooga. Boy, there's always something going on here and something for absolutely everybody. In fact, something else that's going to be going on. The Pride of the Southland Band will be leading a free pep rally for the University of Tennessee football fans, noon, Friday the 23rd at Miller Park. And that's going to be, of course, at 910 Market Street there at Miller Park. So besides the music, they will have sack lunches available for $5, and this will go to benefit band scholarships. So, they've got a whole bunch of people in their orchestra that are from here in the Chattanooga area. From Chattanooga, Cleveland, even areas like East Ridge, Hickson, Signal Mountain. So go over there and listen to some good free music at noon on Friday. Maybe you'll see somebody you know up there. Let's see. Oh, here's something kind of interesting. Something a little bit different. Kevin Bobo is going to be the guest artist at Lee University with the percussion ensemble. And let's see, that's going to be at 3 p.m. on Sunday on the 25th in Pangle Hall at 340 Church Street there in Cleveland. And the thing that makes this so interesting is that he plays the marimba. Marimba is kind of like a xylophone, but it's made out of wood. A lot of people hear it in different types of Caribbean music, but it's so much more. And so if you're interested in hearing music like that, they're going to be featuring songs like Hemispheres, Marimba Quartet, and Mirage, and more. Now, Kevin Bobo is currently a professor of percussion at Indiana University, Jacobs School of Music. So he's coming down here as a special guest. And admission for this is free. So if you're at all interested in marimba, this is something that you're not normally going to be hearing in the area. And of course, if you've got young people that are interested in things like music and the arts, there's so many different things around here that they can get into. And Sunday is going to be a showcase of some of the different groups that are featuring talent of 10 different youth art organizations. It's going to be the Performing Art League's Sunday Showcase. That's going to be 3 to 5 p.m. on the 25th, which is Sunday, at the UTC Fine Arts Center at 752 Vine Street. Admission will be $10 for adults and $5 for students, and it says there is a $1 processing fee. You know, why couldn't they just say 11 and 6, fees included? Well, let's see. So the Sunday showcase that will be returning with performances by youth from 10 local art schools. And the league has partnered with the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga's music department and the Department of Theater and Speech for this second showcase. They say that proceeds from the Sunday showcase will support Performing Art League's outreach and arts education program for area school children. So they're going to have things from dance to choir to just musical theater, song and dance, just all sorts of things, ballet. So let's see. Oh, here's something. Chris Young's going to be in town. Of course, he's a country artist, and he's going to be having Eric Pasley with him. Now both of them are Grammy Award nominees, and they both got big hits on the air right now. So you're kind of getting a twofer here for this. And Young's concert gives his fans the chance to be among the first to hear tracks from his upcoming album that's going to be released November 13th. So you're kind of getting a sneak preview there. The new album has 11 tracks, and Young wrote all but 2 of them, co-wrote all but 2 of them. The album features a duet with Cassandra Cassidy Pope and even Vince Gill. Let's see, and that's going to be Chris Young's I'm Coming Over tour. And that's going to be 7:30 p.m. Saturday at Memorial Auditorium. Tickets are $25 and up. So, of course, if you're into something a little bit smaller, you can always go to the Mountain Opry over at Signal Mountain at 2501 Fairmount Pike. And that's at Walden's Ridge Civic Center, where they have bluegrass and mountain music from 8 to 11 p.m. every Friday. And that's free. It might be free, but that's still some good music, and it's a good time. Yes, of course, you've always got the Red Clay Picking Barn out there switching Old Lead Mine Valley Road on State Highway 317 near Red Clay Park over in Cleveland. And again, this is some good family musical entertainment, and that's 7 to 11 each Saturday. When they do ask for a $5 donation to help pay some of the bills over there when they do that. Now, let's see. Over at the Hunter Museum of American Art, which, of course, is up at 10 Bluffview Road, the season is opening with their String Theory series with violinist Suvin Kim, cellist Paul Watkins, and pianist Gloria Chen. And that's going to be at 6:30 p.m. on October 29th. And they say that musical dialogue precedes the concert at 6 p.m., and that's going to be $30 for members and $40 for non-members of the museum. Okay. Clark Beckham. I don't know. Do y'all remember Clark Beckham? He was the season 14 runner-up on American Idol, and a lot of people here in town were just busy dialing their fingers away trying to help him win, but he only made it to second place in that one. But he's going to be back in town. Beckham was a Lee University graduate, and he will be headlining a concert Friday the 23rd, marking the 4th anniversary of the Salvation Army's Inman Street Coffee House over in Cleveland. Then on Sunday, the 25th, he'll be performing at AT&T Field here in Chattanooga when the Hucks for Heroes Ultimate Frisbee World Record Attempt and fundraiser will be winding down. So let's see here. It says Beckham is one of 6 acts set for the Inman Street Coffee House block party. He'll be joined by the Giant and the Taylor, This is a Christian group that's been nominated for a Dove Award. There's going to be indie folk band Edward and Jane, the Mailboxes. No, in fact, they were the first band to play at the Coffee House. Then you've got Saints and Sound and singer-songwriter Ben Strawn. All have ties to the Cleveland or Chattanooga areas, and festivities will begin at 7 p.m. and end around 11 p.m. And then let's see, and then Hugs for Heroes the next day is an effort by Lee University students to complete a 90-hour ultimate Frisbee game and set a Guinness World record. Let's see, proceeds initially raised from sponsorships from local businesses will go to the families of the military men whose lives were lost in the Chattanooga shooting back in July. So Hugs for Heroes began yesterday at the recreation field on Lee campus, and when events moved to AT&T Field at noon on Sunday. And there will be a $5 fee charged at the gate for those that want to watch the end of that. And all the money raised, like we said, it will be distributed among the 5 families, as well as the family of Chattanooga police officer Dennis Pettigo, who was injured in the shooting. And they said that, let's see, Ringgold, Georgia-based country band Smith & Wesley will open for Beckham. So it's kind of nice to see a boy coming back home, you know, remembering where he came from. That's always nice. Of course, you know, we talk on here a lot about Barking Legs Theater. Well, the Contemporary Performing Arts of Chattanooga will celebrate their anniversary on Saturday the 24th with Day of the Legs, featuring 8 performances by area artists, 4 altars created by visual artists in the lobby, and a backyard bonfire with a few more surprise performances kind of sneaking in here and there. The theme for the first hour will be Ancestry, exploring what has come before. And then after an intermission, performances in the second hour will explore fear, death, and the morbid glee that art can find in each of those themes. He said that this is Copac doing what we do best, providing a unique and eclectic experience, working with local artists in creatively collaborative ways, and creating a sense of community among artists and audiences. Doors will open at 7:30 p.m. with performances beginning at 8. Admission is $22 in advance. That's $1 for each of the theater's 22 years, or $25 at the door. They said, now, although they aren't rating the show, it's not age restricted, but they said there are adult themes and controversial content on stage. So if you're bringing kids, be prepared for that. And of course, Barking Legs Theater is over there on Dodds Avenue. Let's see. Now this is kind of cool. The Headless Horseman rides again. A spooky, funny story sure to keep young audiences on the edge of their seats will open Friday, October 23rd at the Chattanooga Theater Center. Sleepy Hollow, Washington Irving's classic tale of the Headless Horseman, will play through Sunday, November 1st. And of course, this is, I think most people know a little bit about this story. You know, it has a mixture of a suspense and comedy and is well suited for young audiences, especially this time of year with Halloween right around the corner. And what's kind of interesting about this show is they actually have 2 different casts who take turns doing the play. So the first cast, the Crane cast, will perform at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. And then at 2:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, the 31st and 1st, next weekend. Meanwhile, the Bones cast will perform at 2:30 on Saturday and Sunday, and at 7 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, the 30th and 31st. So anyway, tickets are $10 each, and they may be purchased online at theatercenter.com. Oh, here we go. Something over in Cleveland. Hits and Grins. This is a trio of Nashville singers and songwriters will be performing at the next Bradley Concerts Inc. show coming up Tuesday, the 27th in Cleveland. In addition to hit songs, the group will share stories and comedy. So I guess that's where they get hits and grins. Well, anyway, so the three-person group is made up of Steve Dean, who's written 6 number-1 hits, like Walk On with Reba McEntire, It Takes a Little Rain for the Oak Ridge Boys, Hearts Aren't Made to Break for Lee Greenwood, and he's also written songs for Alabama, Leanne Womack, George Strait, and Derek Bentley, among others. So that's a pretty impressive resume right there, if you can write songs that those people are interested in. Virginia Veneer has been a featured singer at Nashville's hottest clubs, including the Bluebird Cafe. And she's been on the Grand Ole Opry several times. So let's see. And then you've got the third member is Bill White, and he's been responsible for some of the comic songs that the group sings. He's had songs recorded by Joe Nichols, Ray Stevens, Cletus T. Judd, and Linda Davis. How'd she sneak in there? So Hits and Grins will begin their show at 7 p.m. in Conn Center on the Lee University campus. Tickets are $25 for adults and $10 for students. So that sounds like that'll be a fun night right there. Let's see. Then, of course, we start getting into some of the art things going on around the area. There's going to be a collection of 17 paintings that will be on display during an artist reception from 6 to 9 p.m. tomorrow at the Achreeve and Hefferland Gallery on Williams Street. Now, Timur Achreeve is the artist, and like I said, the collection of 17 paintings entitled Drifter captures the mood of the millennial generation, equal parts dark and hopeful. So that'll be kind of interesting to go see some original works of art. Let's see. Now here's something a little bit different, something kind of fitting the time of year. Cemetery History Tours. In Chattanooga, the 8th annual Historic Cemetery Stroll through Forest Hills is set for noon to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Now, this is down in my neck of the woods, down there in St. Elmo. It's right there at 4016 Tennessee Avenue, and Forest Hills is known as the resting place of many prominent citizens, including Civil War officers, entertainers, industrialists, and even a U.S. Postmaster General. So they say that they're going to have 27 volunteers that have presentations planned, and they will be spread throughout the cemetery. So as you walk around the park and look at the different tombstones, you can also see people in period dress telling you about some of the local history. And then let's see, visitors should allow about 2 hours to make all the stops, and admission is free, but donations will be accepted. Meanwhile, over in Fort Hill Cemetery, over in Cleveland, the Bradley County Historical and Genealogical Society will present the 9th annual walking tour of historic Fort Hill Cemetery starting at 4 p.m. Sunday and go till 6 p.m. on Sunday. So that's only a 2-hour window. So if you're wanting to do this, you better be Johnny on the spot for them. Anyway, this is going to be led by Lee University history majors and volunteers. The cost is $5 per person or $2 per student with ID. Now, over there, parking is a little bit more of a problem than it is over at Forest Hill, so they're going to be having parking is available at the Boys and Girls Club at 385 3rd Street Southwest, where a van will shuttle guests to and from the tour site on South Ocoee Street. Let's see. Here's another walking tour. Browns Ferry Federal Road Trailhead near 700 Moccasin Bend Road, where historian Jim Ogden will lead free 90-minute, 1.2-mile walking tours of Civil War history on Moccasin Bend. And this is going to be from 3:30 to 5 p.m. on Sunday. So I've been on that tour. That's actually a really interesting tour. You think you know a lot about the area, but this guy, he knows his stuff, and there's a few things in there that really kind of surprised me. So let's see. Oh, now here's kind of a neat little party. Barktoberfest and Meowloween. McCamey Animal Center over at 4500 North Access Road, which is just across the river. They're going to be having Barktoberfest, where they offer a beer garden for adults and their pets. So they're going to be giving beer to the pets? And nothing like a drunk dog, I tell you what. But anyway, they're also going to be having Meowloween, which is a family-friendly party with trick-or-treating for kids and dogs and costume contest and children's movie. They have adoption specials from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. The festival is 5 to 9 p.m. on Saturday. So let me look at this here a second. They're giving a beer garden for adults and their pets. Meanwhile, they're having dog costume contests at Meowloween. Shouldn't they be having a cat costume contest? Be worth going over there just to see what's going on with all that. Be sure to take your camera. You might see something that could get you on America's Funniest Home Videos. Oh, and here's something for all the hunters in the area. The Eastman Gun Show is back in the area at the Dalton Convention Center over at Dug Gap Battle Road, right off of the freeway down in Dalton, where hundreds of tables to meet the needs of hunters and collectors will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday this coming weekend. And that's the Eastman Gun Shows. So they're going to have a lot of stuff out there. And of course, they have not only guns and ammo, but, they have a lot of hunting equipment and even stuff for collectors to help, take care of their guns and weapons and stuff, just collectibles, all sorts of interesting things. And that's the thing I like about this area. There's always something going on. There's always stuff to have fun with, that the whole family can go out and do. And that's one of the things I just really love about the Chattanooga area. So, be sure to get out. Long week of work, long week of school. We all need to get out and have a little bit of fun. A day outside in the nice, cool, crisp fall air. Just, there's just all sorts of things to do. And so we're going to be talking about some more of that when we come back from these commercial messages. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back with even more Weekend Roundup.
Give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Expect mostly clear skies to continue through the nighttime. Overnight lows 48 to 50 with a little more late fog. For Friday, though, another warm day. Lots of sunshine, high 78 to 80. Becoming partly cloudy, still dry Saturday with more clouds and a late shower possible Sunday. Join us at Abba's House Wednesday, October 28th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. for our annual Trunk or Treat. There'll be inflatables, live entertainment, and, of course, tons of candy. It's a free gift to our community from Abba's House. And I'm WDEF News 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Moore.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Costa, host of the Costa Report, every Sunday at 9 a.m. Did you know that a quarter of the world's population will experience mental illness? My guest this week is former Congressman Patrick Kennedy, who says the United Nations must make mental illness a priority. Find out why this Sunday at 9 a.m. on the Costa Report. right here on AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
It's Rick Davis Golden Diamonds half-off remounting party going on right now. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds half-off remounting party is an affordable way to revitalize your jewelry. Don't miss the party going on today at Rick Davis half-off remounting party. Give your diamond ring a fresh new look or a new design, as Rick's Golden Diamonds will fix it quickly, or maybe even while you wait. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 40 years of service, 5301 Brainerd Road, 5301 Brainerd Road. Call 580-2587, 580-2587 for Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, an affordable way to revitalize your jewelry. The half-off party's going on today, so don't miss it at Rick Davis Golden Diamonds. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds, 5301 Brainerd Road. Call 580-2587. Rick Davis Golden Diamonds.
Tired of insurance companies? Tired of doctors that won't spend time with you? Do something different. Leave the sick care model of medicine and come to Dr. Danielle Mitchell, the Chattanooga Sports Institute and Center for Health, where we're interested in long-term health solutions, not the quick fixes. Come see me, Dr. Danielle Mitchell, at the Chattanooga Sports Institute and Center for Health. I'm all about the long-term healthcare solutions and doing what's best. On the web, you can find me at ChattanoogaSportsInstitute.com. That's ChattanoogaSportsInstitute.com. Or call us at 875-1005, 875-1005, or find us on social media, Facebook, Dr. Danielle Mitchell, or the ChattanoogaSportsInstitute.com. Let's go, ya!
We've got a table here at Delia's and Saudi Daisy, ready to delight in a plate of authentic Mexican food. Delia's spreads a rich selection: loaded nachos, crazy chicken, homemade tamales, maybe the enchiladas with beef, chicken, pork, quesadillas. Every dish beautifully pictured on the menu to help us decide. Join us for lunch or dinner. We're at Delia's and Saudi Daisy on Dayton Pike near the Thrasher Light. Here's dinner. Delia's uses the freshest ingredients, cooked to perfection. Nachos, homemade. Delia's open every day except the Lord's Day. For lunch and dinner, treat yourself to Delia's genuine Mexican food. In Saudi, call 521-7145. That's 521-7145.
That smells so good. Smells like a big Italian dinner. But you're going to walk out with two. Buy one hot pizza, get a one for free. Two pizzas. You got the two for the price of one at Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. My favorite Italian restaurant of all the time. Now, I'm living in Hickson. I go to Raphael's right down the street in Hickson Pike, right near Highland Plaza. You're in Saudi Daisy? Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria in Saudi Daisy. Just next to Saudi Daisy Church of God. Hey, you're on Signal Mountain. There's a Raphael's Italian Restaurant and a Pizzeria. It's right on the main drag. You're going to love the pasta, the pizza. Buy one hot pizza, get a one for free. Two pizzas. You got the two for the price of one at Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Tastes so good. Bring the whole family. Come on, Raphael's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Mangia. Salute.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
The Weekend Roundup is back. You know, you can get us on hotnewstalkradio.com. You can also get us at Twitter on Hot News Talk Radio. You can get us on YouTube at Hot News Talk Radio. But whatever, you know that Hot News Talk Radio has always got you covered. You can even watch us on the Hot News Cam at any of those spots. You know, now normally we have Cowboy Up with Tex, except on Thursdays. But I recently came across something that I wanted to share with my audience, something that I really got a kick out of.
It's the courage of the pioneers who crossed a continent's span. It's the spirit of the red men who shed their blood to save their land. It's the will to know the truth, good or bad, come what may. It's a heart that's free and grateful. It's the cowboy way. It's the strength to say you're sorry, to admit that you were wrong. It's the wisdom, too, to recognize the times you must be strong. It's a love of nature's creatures in their struggle, in their play. It's the quiet flame of justice. It's the cowboy way. It's the hand to help a neighbor or a stranger in their need. It's the love of humankind without a thought of race or creed. It's the courage of convictions without posture or display. It's the peaceful sleep of children. It's the cowboy way. It's the moment that you take before the words you might regret. It's the time you give to others with no thought of what you will get. It's the time you take in smelling all the roses on the way. It's doing just the best you can. It's the cowboy way.
Yeah, that's one thing, folks. You know, America's got lots of heroes, and these days we need our heroes more than ever. Of course, back in the day, the cowboys were considered heroes. Well, something's going on this weekend that's actually called Remembering Our Heroes. This is going to be out at the parade field out at Barnhart Circle at the 6th Cavalry Museum. This is going to be 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, the 24th. Admission is $10, but it's free to World War II veterans. In fact, if they can fit in their uniform, they're actually encouraged to wear it. So they're going to be having reenactments out there. They're going to be having vehicles out there, displays, a lot of things to remember our heroes from World War II. You know, they were called the greatest generation. And when you read about what they went through and what they had to do and how that generation literally saved the planet, you understand why they're our heroes and why we need to remember them. So there again, that's going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday out at the 6th Cavalry Museum in Fort Oglethorpe. Let's see. Now, for some of the younger people, they're going to be having an interesting day out at the Creative Discovery Museum when they're having their annual Chemistry Fun Day. They're going to be having the theme, Chemistry Colors Our World. The event will explore how everyday materials can be combined to create mesmerizing reactions thanks to the power of chemistry. They're going to have a variety of activities suitable for every age group that will be set up throughout the museum. They say that the Chemistry Fun Day is a unique opportunity to make chemistry fun, approachable, and relevant to children and their parents. So again, that's going to be noon to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Now, the museum itself is open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., but that's included in the ticket. So the Creative Discovery Museum is at 321 Chestnut Street, right there off of MLK, and the admission is $12.95 for ages 2 through adults. Let's see. Well, they're going to be having a Oktoberfest benefit at the Knights of Columbus Council Hall on 7615 Lee Highway. You're going to be having beer, brats, schnitzel, dancing, music, raffles, big screen TV football. Can't miss your football now, can we? And all of that's going to be from 4 to 10 p.m. on Saturday. Free admissions, but concessions will be sold. Let's see. Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprises over at 1500 Chestnut Street. You know, that's a new location for them. They've been there for a little bit, but for years they were in a different location. And that's going to be, like I said, 1500 Chestnut Street at Suite 102. They're going to be having home improvement fair with workshops. So they will also be having a free lunch from Chick-fil-A. And that will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday. So if you're interested in learning more about how to get a house through Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprises, or how to fix up your house, give them a stop by over there. Let's see. And of course, we can't go without mentioning the Chattanooga Market now, can we? Well, Chattanooga Market is doing something unique for them. This is the first time they've done this. They're having a Buskers Festival. Yeah, that's right. The Chattanooga Market wants you to take part in its first Buskers Festival. Now, for those that don't know what buskers are, that's these basically these street music performers, people who, whether they're singing or dancing or even taking buckets and banging on the buckets like they're drums. You know, some of those guys are pretty talented, you know, but buskers are street performers working for tips. And so they're going to be wanting to have a bunch of them to come by and perform at the market. They say that typically buskers apply their trade on sidewalks and public spaces where the audiences tend to be limited to just the people just walking by, passerbys. But this time they're actually going to be having, you know, the typical Sunday crowd where they might have up to 10,000 people there. So they're going to get an audience that they're not really used to. So they're going to have to kind of step up their game a little bit there, won't they? They're saying, we're hoping some of these people do those crazy out-of-the-box things that will show up and entertain us. So that could be really interesting, you know. So there again, that's going to be 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. And as always, the Chattanooga Market is absolutely free. But I doubt you can get out of there without spending some money with all the vegetables and stuff that they've got there. Let's see. Well, here's an interesting one. They're going to be having a prize-winning South Florida chef, Paula DeSalva, is bringing Blue Point Brewing Company's finest beers and seafood galore to Chattanoogans this coming Saturday. They're going to be having a parking lot party at Georgia Avenue that doubles as a fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish East Tennessee organization. So it says attendees can watch her make beer-enhanced shrimp and oyster dishes and learn how to pair seafood with different autumn beers while dancing, eating, and drinking. So the first demo on cooking with beer will start at 2:30 p.m., and that's going to be Saturday the 24th at the parking lot at 518 Georgia Street, where the Blue Point Brewing Company's Boatyard Bash. And admission is free. However, a $10 donation is suggested that will go to, like I said, the Make-A-Wish East Tennessee organization. So let's see, they said beer, food, and other goodies will be available for purchase. And it says, although it is family friendly, almost all the activities are beer focused. In fact, if you do an RSVP at bluepointbrewing.com, you even get a free beer. So that's pretty cool right there. Again, that's bluepointbrewing.com. Let's see here. And of course, this time of year, we've got all of the different community festivals that's popping up all over everywhere. Talking about Oktoberfest, they've rescheduled an Oktoberfest in Ooltewah that was rained out earlier this month. So on Saturday, the 24th, they're going to be having from noon to 5 p.m. at Cambridge Square. That's 9453 Bradmore Lane in Ooltewah. They're going to be having the Oktoberfest featuring traditional food, music, and activities, including a longest beard contest. And they say an admission of $10 applies only to beer drinkers, with proceeds going to Pink Hills, a local breast cancer charity. Meanwhile, over at Hales Bar Marina, Hales Bar used to be part of the the color cruise. Well, they're not doing the color cruise like that anymore. So what they're doing is they're actually having a festival there, a fall festival at Hales Bar Marina. Now that's over at 1265 Hales Bar Road up in Guild, Tennessee, which is not that far away. And the gates will open at 9 a.m. Central on both Saturday and Sunday, and entrance is free. They say that they're going to have about 30 food and crafters that have been booked, and there's no yard sale stuff. It's all new and handmade. They're going to have singer Lauren Blackman is the opening act at 9 a.m. on Saturday and again at 10 a.m. on Sunday. And Double Cross Bluegrass will be closing out the event on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. So let's see. Some of the different festivals in the area are also going to be the Atlanta Arts Festival. Now, if you want to drive a little ways, it's not right around the corner, but this is a pretty big one. So we're going to include it. And, plus it never hurts to have some of those out of town drives. But the Atlanta Arts Festival at Piedmont Park, which is they have an entrance at 12th and 14th Streets on Piedmont Avenue. It's going to be 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. And they're going to have 200 exhibitors there. And if you want to find out more about that, go to AtlantaArtsFestival.com. Let's see. Here's one over in Collegedale. The Collegedale Community Church is having their fall festival at 9305 Four Corners Place from 3 to 6 p.m. on Sunday. They're going to have music and different contests and pony rides and inflatables and children's activities. Ooh, the Museum Center at Five Points is having a get-together, too. They're going to be having their Fall Arts Fest at 200 East Inman Street in Cleveland, and that's from 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, and it also is free. And they're gonna have all sorts of different things. They're gonna have workshops scheduled at the museum where, like, you're gonna have a jewelry workshop from 10:30 to 12:30, where they're gonna have polymer Christmas ornaments from 12:30 to 2:30, watercolors and pottery from 4:30 to 6:30, and fused glass ornaments from 4:30 to 6:30. So a lot of stuff going on there. And if you want to find out more about that at the Museum Center at Five Points, you can always call 423-339-5745. And here's one that this isn't until Wednesday, but the Soddy Daisy United Methodist Church that's at 255 Depot Street over in Soddy Daisy, is from 6 to 8 p.m. is having their fall festival, which is going to be games and hot dogs and more, and it's absolutely free to go in. And of course, we've always got our outdoors. Let's see here now. Oh, now here's one it's a little late to be getting in on this, I think, but it just sounds really interesting, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit. The Ragnar Relay. That's going to be starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., but it's a 196-mile overnight adventure relay race where it's going from Coolidge Park all the way to Nashville, and they're going to have teams of either 6 or 12. So they're going to be running in groups all the way to Nashville. Well, that kind of puts that 23-mile race to shame there. You always see those little tags on the back of people's car, 13 point this or 10 point that or whatever. So maybe some 196. Well, let's see. The South Cumberland State Park has got a number of different activities going on, including at Friday at 2 p.m. Central Time. They're having a 5-mile hike from Foster Falls parking lot to the Laurel Gorge. And then at Saturday at 1 p.m., Central, they're having an easy 4-mile hike from the Savage Ranger Station to the 30-foot Savage Falls. Let's see. And then Sunday at 8 a.m. Central, they're having a Halloween Lost Cove cave trip from Carter State Natural Area parking lot. And that's $3 per person on that one. Reservations are required. If you're interested in doing the Lost Cove cave trip, call 931-924-2980. And that's a 5-mile hike plus the Wild Cave Tour. That's worth $3. Let's see. And then the Velo Vixen Women's Symposium for biking will be Friday through Sunday at Outdoor Chattanooga. Now, that's over at the Coolidge Park area. And that's beginning Friday with a family-friendly community gathering from 6 to 9 p.m., where they'll have different stations for learning skills on chain cleaning, tire changing, dressing for the weather, and more. And then Saturday and Sunday, they're going to have free lectures on biometrics, nutrition, endurance, and stretching, and breathing improvement, just all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested in that, go to velovixens.net. That's VELOVIXENS, velovixens.net. Let's see. Then, of course, we've always got our friends over there at the Soddy Daisy chapter of the Tennessee Trails Association. And so Saturday, they're going to be having a hike from Heist Mountain to Retro Hughes Road. That is a strenuous 10-mile hike. And if you're interested in going on this, you need to meet at 9 a.m. at Durham Street parking lot in Soddy Daisy, where they will stage vehicles to go to the location. Let's see. And then on Tuesday, they're going to be having the Cumberland Mountain State Park hike, which is a moderate 5.5-mile hike. And you will meet at 9 a.m. at the Durham Street lot. Let's see. You will eat at the park restaurant. And then on the 31st, now this is next week, but we'll go ahead and mention it. Lula Lake Land Trust will be having a moderate 4-mile hike with the Soddy Daisy people. And there again, they will meet at 9 a.m. at the Food City parking lot in Red Bank. And you know, they always encourage you, which is really good advice, to always dress properly, wear the right shoes, and always have water, plenty of water, and a snack. So let's see. Here you go, the Outdoor Chattanooga. Now, you know, this is happening at the same time as that Velo Vixens thing, but they're having free climbing at the Walnut Wall. And that's going to be Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m., where the Outdoor Chattanooga staff will be on hand and providing equipment and to help people to, you know, get the basics of climbing. And it's for ages 5 and up. Let's see, River Rocks finale. That's going to be Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, 4 to 8 p.m. Well, this is also Outdoor Chattanooga in College Park. Well, that is going to be a busy park with the bikes and the wall and now the River Rocks finale. Whew. They're going to have a free admission for music and family-friendly activities, including yoga, slacklining, volleyball. Food and beverages will be available for purchase. So they're getting a whole lot of stuff going on there. Let's see. Oh, here's one more. Chattajack paddleboard and kayak race on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. 31 miles through the Tennessee River Gorge from downtown Chattanooga to the Hales Bar Marina. And they say that if you're interested, there is a mandatory meeting at Ross's Landing at 7:30 a.m. If you want more information, go to chattajack.com. That's CHATTAJACK, chattajack.com for the Chattajack paddleboard kayak race. And you know, the main reason we're able to do all of this type of stuff is because people have gone out of their way to keep areas around here wild, to be able to keep them so that we can do these different things, you know, the hiking, the races and whatnot. That's an important part of this area. Well, the preserve at Rising Fawn can now join that group. Uncertainty had shrouded this 2,200 acre piece of Dade County for years in the wake of a failed real estate development. Well, the Georgia-Alabama Land Trust announced a partnership with the Southeastern Cave Conservancy earlier this month that will create the Charles B. Henson Cave Preserve at Rising Fawn. This is going to be 1,300 acres of land that was acquired by the Land Trust, and then this is going to be added to it. And in this area, there are 34 different caves where you can have a great day. So they say that officials and conservationists worried that the land might fall into the hands of miners or clear cutters or developers who would tarnish the area's natural beauty. You know, this land is only about 35 minutes from downtown Chattanooga along the Newsom Gap Road in an area known as Johnson's Crook. You know, and cavers have known about this area for a long time. Well, now the area is designated for caving and outdoors, and she's hoping that others will become familiar with it too. And there again, this is down in Dade County, and that's really good. You know, we've got Cloudland Canyon, we've got new trails going in, we've got just all sorts of activities available for that area. And that is one of the things that makes the Chattanooga area so special. That's part of the reason why in the Outdoor magazine, Chattanooga was just voted the #1 outdoor city in America. And that's something we can all be proud of. But what's even better is when you can actually get out and go enjoy it. And that is what makes this area special. Well, there again, we're coming to the end of a long week. It's going to be a nice weekend. Get out there and do something. Turn the TV off. Put the phone on silent. Turn the computers off. Let's get out and go do something. Have a good weekend, folks.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds.